Hi everyone and welcome back to the May WARNO Tournament. Before I go any further, I'm just going to remind everyone, because I've been told I need to remind people, that I do also have a Twitch. I'm Bandanner on Twitch, the same as I am here, and there is a link on the front channel page and also down below in the description. Now, today we have Jasp vs NickDaTrojan, and once again, in a bit of a repeat of yesterday, we have a mirror match. We have the 5th Panzer Division for both players. So this should be an interesting one. Nick generally comes out with some very interesting strategies and tactics that no one else is currently doing, so I'm hoping to see something interesting from him as usual. But we have Jasp on the right in red, and we have Nick on the left in blue. Early game, we have a small amount of units at the top, nothing too exciting, a lot of units in the middle here. Nick trying to get an early advanced push on the center, trying to hold these buildings. Does have slightly more units there and also has the Fenseers, but they are out of satchel charges, so they will have a harder time, but he does still outnumber this Jäger squad, so will control that. Down at the bottom, not a huge amount of units for either player. We do have a squad of Pioneer Flams there, or possibly two. They're just all on top of each other. I think it is just one. No, it is two squads. And we have a Milan coming in there in that Marder. Jasp trying to push across the bottom here, though taking a lot of fire from the Marder. The Milan's also getting some shots off, hitting that Lux there. Has missed it. Jasp could do with pulling that back so it goes back to being invisible. Leopard 2A3 in already for both players in the centre here. Though Jasp has certainly taken a lot more damage. A couple of Rolands in for both players as well, stopping any early air rushes. These Pioneer Flams are pushing along the bottom. Realistically, right now, Jasp could be in trouble at the bottom because he has nothing else there. He's lost his scout vehicle. And there are a couple more vehicles coming in, an M48 tank and another Marder with Milans in, and some more infantry and a couple of Leopard 1A1A1s. Up here, Jasp looks reasonably secure here, though Nick is certainly trying to push. A Leopard 1A5 up here for fire support. This Leopard needs repairing. I think Jasp pulling that vehicle, the supply truck, across to help with that. Jaeger Pioneers coming in the center there, and a command vehicle. That's the first command vehicle we're seeing on the map. I'm pretty sure that Nick is going to try and do a push at the bottom, and it will succeed at the moment. There are some Jaeger coming here that might go to Delta, but I'm not sure. Nick being a bit more standoffish up here. He didn't bring in a lot compared to what we've seen in previous games recently, where the player on Nick's side has brought in a lot of units at the top there. He's focusing more on the center, which is very reasonable. He's also got units coming in at the bottom there. Those two tanks are coming in at the bottom. He should be able to push into Delta without an issue. He has two command vehicles coming in now. One will be going to the center, most certainly, I'd imagine, and one will be going to Golf. Jasp stopped his command back here in Charlie. Might have been worth pushing it into the center in Bravo just to get a few extra points early on. Nothing wrong with getting a little bit of an advance on those points. Still one squad of Jäger here, though they have taken a lot of damage. Back here, there's still that Leopard 2A3, which is now fully rearmed and healed. Equally, this Leopard is in the same position. There's Leopard versus Leopard now. Couple of glancing blows going on here. What is the ranking on that? That is an elite, and that is also an elite. And Nix has smoked. Interestingly, they actually both lost the same amount of health there. These poor Jaeger are completely surrounded. A couple of Leopard 1A1A1s coming in there. Oh no, 1A5 and a 1A1A1. Some Pioneer Flams. Some reinforcements for this bottom point, I think you could do with calling in some more if you can. Aha! MW1, when all else fails, bring in an MW1. And there isn't actually any anti-air down here. So he should get in and out with that if he's lucky, as long as he remembers to evac it. Oh! He could probably swing that back round and fire again then. Because he does still have half a payload. And they've moved into these buildings. See, I'll stay zoomed out and see if he does that. Or is he just evacing? No, he's swinging back round. Going in for a strike on these buildings, hopefully. Is he a bit far back? Yes, he is. I think he's gone for these buildings. It's unfortunate. He didn't do any damage, I don't think, that. And he lost the jet, I think. Oh, that's unfortunate, because it flew across this area, which obviously has Roland 2s covering it. That's a shame. That's a shame. Reasonably good control of the centre here. Is still pushing out. Has regained all this position since the start. Nick, however, reasonably in control of this point here. Needs to be very careful with his tank, does Jasp. Because these Pioneer armbusts, if they can get close enough to see... Oh, never mind. The Milan's got it. The Marder Milans and the Milan 2 took it out. That's unfortunate. Lots of fire coming across here as well now. A couple of M48 tanks there. The M48, you know, on paper, not the best tank, but accuracy, while it's 39% there, it actually does pretty well. It's good at firing at infantry and providing fire support. And, you know, if you can get up close and personal, as with any tank gun in this game, the closer you are, the higher its penetration becomes. So it can do damage and kill big tanks like the 1A5s. It can kill big tanks like the Leopard 2A3s even, if you can get close enough, especially if you can get a side or a rear shot. Jasp going in a bit too piecemeal at the bottom here. It's slowing down Nick, that's for certain, but Nick just has way too many units here. It's going to be difficult for Jasp to hold on to this. Nick with a command in every zone now. Was +2 at 220 points, will now be +5. I think, unfortunately... Oh no, he does still have it. I thought he'd lost his 2A3, sorry. But it is still there. About to get into a sling match with Nick's 2A3 again, I think. Yep, there it goes. He's got a head start, but he's got missiles coming in as... Oh! And do you see what I mean about the M48s doing damage up close? I think that was actually the M48 that got the final hit on that tank. And it would have been a side shot as well from the positioning. Ouch. There you have it. M48, not to be underestimated. These little tanks, M60, M48, do more than you think they would. That's the middle now neutralised. Back to +2 for Nick, though he does have a fair advantage with 400 points and counting. Still +2. Lots of reinforcements coming in here. Pioneers are a good choice for clearing out infantry. And there are more units coming in. So he is bringing in a sizable force to try and push back in here. +4, however, to Nick right now. I didn't realise that, but he has actually brought in a command vehicle for Delta. There is a sizable force down here from Nick now, which means that he hasn't spent that money on the centre. But equally, you know, Jasp's lost a few units down here. He's lost an expensive tank in the middle there, unfortunately. And this Leopard is still alive. And it's going to get repaired again very shortly, I think. Just having a look down here. There's a lot of covering fire from these tanks and things. He's got a lot of stuff back here still protecting this point. I mean, just zooming out, you know, you can see the map control. You can see the blue area. Nick's in a good position. Jasp fighting hard though. Unfortunately, Jasp has once again lost this entire area, and there's lots of infantry coming in for Nick. +4 still to Nick. This is a challenging one. I think there's definitely potential that Jasp could retake this, but he's going to be taking a lot of fire if he's in the edge of the buildings here. He needs some air support, really. There's still no anti-air here. But he doesn't know that. We once again have the advantage of hindsight and being able to see everything on the map. But clusters are something to kill these two tanks. Oh, that one's dead. Leopard 2A3 came in and popped it. Beautiful strike. Just look at that. Just tiny little line of sight visibility through there. Just caught it. Very nice. Picking off stuff down here now. If he's careful with that 2A3, he'll do a lot of damage. The problem is getting eyes on stuff. As you can see, it's not got much vision right now. You can see down the road here, these Milans will want to get just in range to hit it. Anti-tank plane was coming in for it there. And it is dead. Took fire from the Rolands in the centre. Pioneers coming in, a Milan coming in, and another little tank. These guys prepping for as soon as that tank presents itself so they can fire at it. Good positioning by Nick. Here in the middle, Nick has swung around, captured the bottom, is now pushing up towards these buildings here. He's got Jasp pinned into a corner of this point. Got him very pinned. Loads more reinforcements coming in down here as well. Lots of missiles being fired at that Leopard. They're actually coming from down here, from these TPZ Fuchs Milans. This is something I've seen a few people use quite a lot of, and they seem to be fairly effective, the Fuchs Milans. Beautiful strike there from that Leopard and the other Leopard. Good smoke. That one's going to take a couple of shots. Needs to get out of there if it wants to survive. It's about to be... Oh, unlucky. And these Pioneers will be fighting hard. These units, if they get in range, will be receiving some satchel charges in the face. And Nick is just charging these guys in, but it's the fire support from everything else that will be causing the Pioneers the problems. The infantry should be... Oh, yeah. Too much fire support from elsewhere. I think Jasp is in trouble here. Breached that halfway mark for Nick at 1,076 points. +2 currently. Hang on a minute. Look at this. Jasp got a tank all the way around the back of the map. I completely missed that. He got a tank all the way around the back into Echo and killed the CV that was there. He's also got a couple of units around the top here, though. Lots of reinforcements coming in now. He needs to get that tank out of the way. That's hilarious. Look at this tank. It's going on a road trip. How the heck did he get that around the back? I mean, I'm highly entertained. I imagine this is now going to drive in here and kill this CV. Because Nick won't know exactly where it is. He might have just spotted it with that chopper, though. Yeah, he has, because he's moving those Milans. And he's moving that command vehicle out the way. But Jasp's just going to drive straight across here. He's not daft. He'll know that it's somewhere there. Very, very nice CV sniping. +1 to Jasp currently as a result of that. Did it kill the one in the middle as it went past as well? I think it did. Was that it there? I think that was the command at the back. He's just gone around and killed all the CVs. Oh, Jasp. That does tickle me. I can't believe you managed to get around and kill both of those ones. The Echo I can kind of get. I'm really surprised that that one got killed in the middle. Another CV already in for that. Another CV coming in for the center as well. Leopard just sitting tight there. I don't know what his plan is. Oh, he's moving it. He's going for the kill still. How did he even get that tank around the back? I am genuine. I will have to go back and have another look at that, because I am really curious. Lots of reinforcements coming in at the bottom here for Jasp. Now, the beauty of this strategy is he's just cost Nick a lot of money, a lot of points, to bring in more command vehicles. Which means that in the meantime, Jasp can call in more reinforcements. He hasn't had to spend that extra money on more infantry, more vehicles for capping the points. He can spend that on stuff to fight, stuff to combat. So, you know, all these pioneers and things are things that Nick can't necessarily bring in. And right now, I mean, Jasp needs that, because I think Nick will be ahead in kills. Jasp going for that still. I mean, you've got to give him credit for effort here. That Fuchs is coming back. Wow, Nick was very, very certain that that Milan was going to kill it. That was some confidence. You see, the command vehicle turned around and went back before the Milan had even finished firing. That was some serious confidence in the ability of the Milan not to miss. Balls of steel. It's an old term, but it's fitting to that moment. Just driving that command back in. Now, realistically, right now, I've got to say, Jasp is probably going to manage to take back Delta. He's got enough forces there. So I think he's going to take that. He does have the issue of these two Pioneer squads here. The center is a real struggle. Though Nick's forces are thin on the ground here. This squad's probably going to die. It's routed anyway. That one's badly damaged. This one's a Pioneer Flam, so vehicles will kill it pretty easily. He needs to be careful of these units here, but he had some Jaeger at the top. This little maneuver where he's got some units round the back will really have upset Nick's flow. And that was a very good strategy. I've got to give credit to Jasp for that. I really will go back and have a look. After we finish this game, I will quickly load it back up and we can have a look and see how he got it round. Because it generally didn't click that he'd done it. So I'm really impressed with that. Lots of supply coming in for Jasp now, just to rearm and repair everything. He will have taken a lot of damage in all of these fights. 2 M48s down here, putting out a lot of firepower against these infantry squads. Jasp has his own M48s there. He's got that Marder sat at the back. It's a shame it's not a little bit further forward to provide some fire support. They would be really good against these Pioneers, to be honest. Yeah, those Pioneers with the satchel charges are going to come in and mop up now. Those Pioneer vs Pioneer. This should be interesting. Oh. It's whoever gets the throw first is going to win this fight. Nick got it. Just, I think he also had some fire support from over that way, perhaps, unless they just focused on the Jaeger. Jaeger took out both of those tanks with the support of the M48 over there. Command vehicle in now for Jasp. I think he killed the command that Nick had down here, though Nick now has a Leopard 2A3 down here for fire support. In the center, Jasp maintaining control of this top corner still. Cluster bomber coming in now. We'll probably be going for the Leopards at the back. Oh, that was a very nice strike. He didn't actually kill either of the tanks, but he's done them a lot of damage, both of them. There is a supply vehicle coming in to repair, though. Sicherungs will be an issue for anything but vehicles. They will tear apart infantry. And he's got support from Leopards there again. This is a really hard-fought battle. I mean, the points are neutralized again now. Nick still very far ahead, nearly 1,500. But, you know, Jasp has managed to push back in here. He's secured it. He's bringing in some more air defense. He's got forces pushing back into the bottom of this point as well. He's reclaiming territory. He's having a struggle up here, though. M48 is dead. Leopard 1 got it. Also took out that. It's nasty, nasty. This Leopard 2A3 now taking fire from multiple positions. Very lucky the Milan missed it. Down here, Jasp managing to get in here, but is taking fire from the tanks at the bottom. Nick making another push into this point now. Leopard will be causing a lot of issues. Oh, that's unfortunate. Got the Roland with a missile. Jasp taking a lot of losses in this game. Nick also taking a lot as things have progressed. Jasp's done a good job at sort of whittling down Nick's forces in the centre more than anything else. Also did a good job pushing back in here while Nick was having to spend on command vehicles. But Nick's got a good push at the top here now. This command vehicle is at risk. Empty. It's not a bad strategy. These are empty supply vehicles, and he's using them for scouting, basically. He's just sending them across. Not all vehicles, depending on your settings, will fire at them. Infantry won't fire at them unless you have set the correct settings. You have to manually target, potentially. And they're great for scouting. You just drive them across. They're good for wasting ATGMs if people have that turned on. So people automatically fire ATGMs at them and stuff. And they're good at just driving into the tree line and seeing enemy units. 2A3 in now. Again, down here. And a 2A3 there for Jasp. They'll be riding... Look at what's happened here, though. Nick has hardly anything in the centre. And the amount that Jasp has... He has loads more units here. I'm surprised those Zisharungs are still alive, but... That's just more to do with visibility in forest than anything else. Nick's attention is down here. He cares less about the middle at the moment. He's bringing in some reinforcements, but his attention is clearly down here. And realistically, you know, capping this is handy for him, because it's a guaranteed source of points if he can just hold the corner of it. And it also distracts Jasp from bringing in loads of reinforcements in the centre, which means that Nick can just hold his position. But right now, I would say that in terms of firepower, Jasp has overwhelming firepower in the centre. He will just have issues with that tank, but he should have two 2A3s firing at it. And I think that has been distracted firing other... Oh, wow, he's got 3 Leopard 2A3s. That is a lot of firepower. Anti-tank jet coming in? No. Got a missile off at that. Don't know if it hit, though. It certainly didn't take much damage. He'll take that back and repair it. Hang on. I think, however, Jasp has lost a 2A3. Because I only see 2. Is that a dead 2A3? Yes, it is. I don't know if that jet killed it or something else killed it. Could have been... No, those guys weren't in range of that. Must have been that jet. It must have got a shot off. Must be. I didn't even see that one die. Still, Jasp in a reasonably good position in the centre here. He doesn't know it, but there's, other than these Leopard 1A5s, there's not really a lot of anti-ground stuff in the centre now. Nick, in comparison to earlier in the game, is looking a bit thin on the ground. He's bringing command into this corner, though, so we'll go back to +2. This could be a points win, I think, for Nick. Because in terms of forces on the field right now, there's another Leopard 2A3 coming in there for Nick. But Jasp's doing a good job at the top here. He has a lot of units in the middle. He needs to support his infantry there to kill these leopards. I hear a jet coming in. That was a cluster bomber. Good strike at the back here. Almost killed that command tank. Very good strike. A little bit further over and he probably would have killed it. I'm just sat here and, you know, it's that beautiful thing of hindsight. If Jasp knew that that was all that was there, he could probably push these Leopard 2s. He's got 2 Leopard 2A3s there still. Easily kill both of these and push across to that. But he's got the issue of this 2A3 coming in as well. I think he's missed his opportunity to be that aggressive. But he certainly had that opportunity for a little while there. But it's, you know, it's so difficult, especially when you're against someone like Nick. Nick is a really good player. And he always has some interesting strategies up his sleeve. Yeah, Leopard 2A3, Ghost Scholar. Oh, that's unfortunate. That Leopard 2A3 is doing a lot of damage. It will kill that Marder. Missed that shot, I think. Didn't miss that one. +2 still to Nick. 13 minutes of the game to go. I can't help but feel this is going to be a points win. Jasp is doing an amazing job. Can I just say, I genuinely thought early in this game he'd come unstuck. And then he did that brilliant maneuver with the tank around the back and killed 2 command vehicles. And forced the one out of golf out of its position for a little while. I got to give him credit. That was a brilliant move. It bought him enough difference in points to be able to push elsewhere. And he did a really good job of it. He got back in here. He's done a good push in here. 12 minutes to go. Still +2 to Nick. Jasp needs... He needs to take out a CV somewhere. Leopard 2A3 taking a bit of damage, just pulled back. This Leopard 2A3 doing a good job at firing at these guys. That Leopard is coming back in though. Will want a piece of this Leopard, I'm sure. Yeah. No. Oh. The crew bailed out. That's such a shame. I've never actually had a crew bail out on me. So I'm not sure if you can solve that issue by, you know, resupplying the tank, or if it... Because there's no, like, timer on it. It just says bailed out. That's such a shame. Loads of reinforcements in the centre now for Nick. I think that's game. Because that 2A3 was basically what was making all the difference in the centre there. That's really a massive disappointment. To get a bailout there. Oh, Jasp. Nick has a lot of reinforcements there. It might not be the only reason that he couldn't push anymore, but it's a heck of a loss to lose the Leopard 2A3 like that. That's a real shame. And, you know, that's no fault of Jasp's. That's just the roll of the dice. He's pushing hard here. He wants to try and kill that command tank. He knows he had to do it. It's getting very close to a point win for Nick. But there's a lot of fire support against all of these infantry that are rushing at him. That was just a last ditch by Jasp. He knows that the game's over now. What a game, guys. Really well played to both of you. Beautiful tank round the back, Jasp. Beautiful push back while you had that opportunity. You did such a good job against Nick, who is, you know, one of the people who comes up with some amazing strategies for this game, as I say. You did a really good job, though, Jasp. Really, really good job. I almost wish it was a draw. Technically, there probably can't be a draw because it's a tournament match, but, you know, you probably deserved one there for that brilliant strategy. But Nick just clawed onto those points. Really good game. It will go to the line. I was expecting Jasp maybe to surrender there when he'd done his push here and it failed. But he's letting it roll. He's letting Nick get his win with the points. He's got another two 2A3s in the middle now. If only they were there a few minutes ago. And zoom in. Look at a little chopper. Don't zoom in on the choppers very much. And there's game. Look at how tight those kills to losses were by the end. 55 points in kills ahead for Nick. That was an amazing game, guys. Really thoroughly enjoyed that. Really thoroughly enjoyed Jasp getting around the back the way he did. That was brilliant. I mean, standout units, as always, the Leopards. Always the Leopards for both players. The Milans did a good job as well. Really good game, guys. Really enjoyed that. Let's quickly hop back into the game and see how that tank got round the back. So you're rejoining me. We're at 17 minutes in. And here's that Leopard 1A5. It's just come across here. It has killed something here. It took a shot at something else. And now it's just travelling around the back. This is how he did it. He killed the stuff that was up there and just drove it along the road. Reinforcements had been called in for Nick to reinforce that, but he didn't realise, I don't think, at that point that this was round the back. It's just merrily trucking along the road. And this is a chance for Jasp. He was just taking a punt, basically, just having a wander round. And there he goes. He's seen it. He's firing. It's dead. And then he trucks across the point. Another command called in immediately, though, for Nick. And scout choppers. He's pushing it over this way. And then he gets that at the back. The Fuchs command. There it is. I mean, that was just unfortunate positioning for Nick, really. If it had been in the trees, he might not have seen it. But yeah, that's how he did it. Fantastic. Well done. Let's get into game 2. Hi everyone and welcome back to the second game of this matchup. Nick obviously one ahead currently. Can I just say it's happened again? This is again a twin mirror match. Once again, both players going for the 5th Panzer Division. What is going on this week? That's twice we've had this. I cannot believe that. So Jasp is on the left in red, and on the right is Nick in blue. So in this match we can see that there's quite a lot of forces going up the top for Nick straight away. He's sort of got an early push going on there. Equally, Jasp has done the same as Nick did last time and got an early push on these buildings here. Down at the bottom, neither player with a lot initially, but there's quite a lot coming in for Jasp there. He's got Panzer Grenadiers in Marders, M48, Leopard 1A5. Some of those things are going towards the middle. Makes sense, he's reinforcing the centre. Some squads of Pioneer Flams again for Nick. He likes his early Pioneer Flams at this bottom section of the map. MW1 coming in already, going straight for this building here. Oh, this could be devastating. Oh, that was a beautiful strike by Nick. He absolutely laid waste to stuff here. Did damage to the building as well. Leopard 2A3 in already, providing fire support against these guys. Wow. That was an amazing strike. That MW1 is taking a lot of fire, though. I think it is going to get out with just 2 pips of health. Jasp pushing his Panzer Grenadiers ahead here. If they can get a couple of shots off, they should kill that Marder. And some Mards are dead. They should be able to also take out the Milans. That MW1 is coming in for another strike. That was a calculated loss by Nick. He knew that plane was going to die. He's in control of the entire top of the map right now. Pushed through the top there. He's in control of the top of the center. He's bringing in more reinforcements towards the bottom now. Jasp going for those early points though has capped the center. Leopard 2A3 engaging with another Leopard 2A3. It is a mirror match after all. Jasp is backing off. He really needs to repair that. It's slightly more damaged. Loads of reinforcements being called in for the center now for Nick. Leopard 2A3 being called in at the top there. Now Jasp needs to be careful at the top with tanks because obviously there's quite a few infantry knocking about. Though realistically these guys up here aren't anti-tank, they are anti-infantry. And the M48s there, if they get up close and personal to the 2A3 they'll do a lot of damage. But as long as they're at distance the 2A3 will win. But that's a really good job from these guys. Jasp did lose that 2A3 in the center. That's really frustrating for him, I'm sure. Up here at the top, he's dealing with these M48s, which are going around the back. He's also got Pioneer Flams right at the edge of this point now. Beautiful. Leopard 2A3. Obviously, Nick didn't know the Leopard 2A3 was coming, but easily killed both of those close range. They didn't get a shot off at the Leopard. Lovely tank. Panzer Grenadiers there with the engagement of the Sicherungs. Sicherungs obviously a much larger squad, so probably will survive and kill the Panzer Grenadiers. 2 M48s here. Lots of reinforcements that arrived in the center for Nick. Still plus 3 points to Jasp. Jasp getting those early points is a good advantage for him, but in the long run, we can see Nick is bringing in 2 commands at once here, so he will cap Charlie, he will cap the center. No attempt to cap the bottom at the moment, but he does only have 2 squads of Sicherungs in there. I'm sure he will want some more in there before he puts a command. Nick doing a really good job of holding this ground up here and keeping Jasp busy. Jasp is having to bring in units to help protect this area. The Leopard 2A3 down here now, doing a good job. The Leopard 2A3 up here is taking some fire from the Jaeger Aufkul, though should survive. How much damage did it take? Not too much, it's okay. Leopard 2A3 here. Probably could push forward. There are only Pioneer Flams there, but he probably doesn't know that. Anti-tank jet there, I assume was called in to kill that. I'm not certain. Nick now counter-capped the center, capped his back point. Means he's plus 2. He will eventually catch up to Jasp, I'm sure. Still, neither player with a lot of reinforcements for the bottom of the map here. We do see the M48 coming in, which will make short work of these Sicherungs because they don't have any anti-tank. However, that Leopard 1A1A1, if it comes this way, will go toe-to-toe with that M48. Jet taken out by the Roland there. I'm not sure what that jet was. I didn't quite catch it. Could have been the anti-tank jet, possibly flying over to try and kill this Leopard at the back. Not certain. The M48 got taken out by the Leopard 1A1A1. Leopard 1A1A1 moving down at the bottom at this point now, and a CV coming in for that point. Over here at the back, I'm not sure if Jasp is aware. I'm assuming he must know from the fact that these guys took damage, or potentially took damage. I don't think they haven't lost any pips of health on the vehicle, but there are 2 Pioneer Flam squads there, so Hopefully Jasp knows they're there, or he's going to be walking his infantry into a bit of a mess. Loads of reinforcements coming in at the bottom now. Nick feels he's in a good position up here, though we can see that Jasp has pushed all the way back across the top there. Unfortunately, there are quite a cluster of units at the back still, which will be providing good damage against anything that comes in that way. But Jasper's cleared out here now. Those Pioneer Flams are dead. Nick capping the bottom there. That'll be plus 4 points to Nick. He will quickly catch up to Jasp. Jasp not spending anything on more commands at the moment. Concentrating. Oh, I spoke too soon. There it goes. Command vehicle coming in for Echo to drop that back to plus 2. And a command vehicle coming in for the bottom as well. Don't think he'll be keeping his point advantage, but at least he'll neutralize it. Now Jasp is in a bit of a precarious position because he's got his vehicle at the very bottom here. But he doesn't have a lot protecting this side. He's got the Jaegers there. But there's a lot of stuff coming in for Nick. Now Nick could play this safe. He could just defend here, or he could push. And right now, he would win that fight easily. A couple of squads of Jaeger coming in there, and a command vehicle. That command vehicle is light on armor, aka less than 1. Potentially, the hand flam patron could damage it. I'm sure the submachine guns can damage it. I say I'm sure. I'm now questioning myself. Pretty sure that small arms fire can hit little vehicles like that. We're about to find out anyway. Push coming at the bottom by the looks of it from Nick. Now, can we just see in contrast again? Nick's got nothing in the middle. He's lost everything. Just pushing down the top here. Has cleared out the top completely. Cleared out there. Still these units around the back which will be going for that CV. Jaeger squad round here though. Going for this CV. There is no way Nick knows they're there. Jasp giving it a 2 can play at that game. I can go around the back as well again. I think this will die first. Nick is ahead in points slightly. But he is doing a push down here, which will succeed. He will get in there. Those Pioneer Flams doing a good job. Killed the Jaegers that came in at the bottom. Command vehicle dead in this point here. 2 anti-tank jets coming in for Nick there. Not sure what the plan is with them. Possibly they were going to go for these tanks, or this tank here and this Jaeger squad. Alouette being used to spot. So yes, I'd imagine they might swing around and go for that tank. Yes, here we go. Both of them, they should kill it. Oh, yes, I was going to say, they should have killed that. I think it looked as if both the missiles missed at first. The second one certainly hit, though. Only one Roland at the back there getting a shot off. The other one not called in yet, or on its way in. Leopard 105 coming in there. Jasp trying to reinforce the bottom point here. He's realised that there are units going for his Iltis in this point here. Back to +2 for Nick. Those anti-tank jets still flying around there. They do still have 2 missiles each. Possible that he would call them in to go for that command at the back there. But they're targeting something in the middle. That tank, I assume? Yeah. Oh. That's a shame. And poor Jasp didn't even get a kill. So now, back the other way, Jasp has lost his small force that was pushing through there. Both players with a few units in the centre. Jasp probably slightly a few more, but the problem is Jasp doesn't have a lot at the bottom here. Nick has a lot, and Nick is pushing up into the centre from there with some of his units now. Lots of reinforcements coming in for Jasp, though. He's putting up a good fight. 27 minutes to go in this game. It's all to play for still. Another command vehicle coming in for Nick, which means he is going to cap Golf, which will put him to +6 unless this command vehicle is moved back in. But Jasp has the issue of these infantry here. He cannot move this command back in, really. He's moving it around, but these Jäger Aufkul will kill it if they spot it. Yeah. Jasp is paying attention, though. He is out of range of the rocket launcher, at least. He got very lucky there. If that rocket had hit, he'd be in a lot of trouble. Pioneer Flam still causing lots of issues for Jasp in that town. Loads of Zischerungs coming in now. Has managed to kill the units that were at the top, pushing towards the center. That's good. This Iltis moving around the top instead now, but the Jäger Aufkul is going for it. Still +4 to Nick. Tornado IDS MW1. Nick has bought a second one coming in and hitting possibly down here, possibly in the middle. Gone for the middle. Damaged the Pioneer Armbush, I think, but didn't kill. We'll get out with minimal damage. Reinforcements now pushing up from that point into the center. Smattering of units here protecting this Iltis in the middle as well. +4 still to Nick right now. I think that NW1 came in again, but it's been killed this time. Good fire support from the tanks here against the infantry in the buildings. Though there's still 2 squads of Pioneer Ambush down there, which will kill that tank pretty easily. Loads of Milans coming in. A Leopard 105 there as well. Nick's still got a sizable force here. He is bringing in a command as well there. This point... oh, Jasp playing Ring a Roses around the town with his command. Jäger Aufkul trying to hunt it down. Squads of infantry here for Jasp, still pushing around the top. Should do a good job against these. Oh, Fernspeyer will not do a good job against Fernspeyer. They have satchel charges. Oh dear. Oh, I thought it was just Zischerungs. I thought they would do a reasonable job against Zischerungs because they can stun them with the machine guns. But yeah, against the Fernspeyer, which have satchel charges, not so much. Nick still +4. Just breached 1,000 points. Halfway there. Realistically now, Nick in a good position. It is a war of attrition for both players, though. They are both losing a lot of units and then having to gradually rebuild forces. I think the kills to losses are once again going to be quite tight in this game. Looked like Jasp was trying to do a little bit of a push in the center there, but has semi-changed his mind because of the fire support from the bottom. But that Leopard is dead. I think Jasp's tank down here got it. Though it will be going up against a Marder and a 105. Now that Leopard 105 is badly damaged. Oh, that took a lot of fire there. I think it took a shot from the tank and a missile. Still a huge amount of infantry down here for Nick. Nick being quite aggressive in the center as well. Nick once again doing a very good job at positioning of his troops. Just getting things in the right place at the right time can make all the difference. Because right now there's no real fire support in the center against these. There's a Jaeger squad there. This Iltis is running away from the Fernspeyer and the Jäger Aufkul now. So it is +6 to Nick again. And Jasp is looking quite thin on the ground in terms of, you know, actual ground forces. He's got a few bits and pieces at the top here. But I think Jasp's in trouble. I don't think this is going to be quite as tight in terms of the aggressive pushback that Jasp pulled off in the last game. I think this is going to be a points victory sooner rather than later for Nick. Or potentially Jasp may surrender this one. He's lost control of this back point. He's lost control of this point. He's going to lose control in the middle sooner or later. He is bringing in stuff at the top here, but I don't know what the plan is. Even if he gets these round the back, Nick's going to be way ahead. He's bringing them down in the centre. Nick passed that 75% mark, sorry. 1,500. And a tank jet coming in there. Not sure what it's going for. Probably this tank down here. No. Oh, he spotted the command. +9 to Nick. And the command, one of the commands is being killed back here as well, I think, because there's only the one Iltis now. +7, as this has now been neutralized by that remaining Iltis. But, yeah, I think this game is over. Well played to both of you again. Nick, beautiful placement of your units at times. Absolutely beautiful. Just managing to dodge some of that crossfire and this little maneuver here. And also at the bottom with getting some units into the towns. Fantastic job. Always causes a nuisance for the enemy. 21 minutes to go. Nick is going to win very shortly on points. Jasp once again letting him have the win on points, I think. I think he's aware that there's probably not much he can do now. What a game, though. Really interesting to see yet another twin mirror matchup as well. 2 games with both players playing as the 5th Panzer Division. It's an interesting matchup. I will say that much. It is an interesting matchup. And there's the game. Well done, guys. Again, kills to losses. Yes, there was a bit of a change at the end of that game, but honestly, that's not a big difference, is it? You know, 400-ish points, give or take. You know, that's pretty tight for this kind of level of play. Well done, guys. That was a really good game. Really enjoyed that one. Leopards being the standout units again. Pioneer, Armbus doing a good job as well there. And the Jaeger Aufkul finally getting a kill on the Iltis. Well, you know, some people don't like mirror matchup, but I tell you what, I enjoyed both those games thoroughly. Thanks very much for watching, everyone. Please stay tuned for more WARNO to the channel, as well as other bits and pieces. Again, I remind everyone, I do have a Twitch as well for people who prefer watching live streams on Twitch. I'm just Bandanner on there. The link will obviously be down below in the description, and obviously on the front page of my channel it is one of the little buttons in the top corner. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great weekend.